You wanted it. Now back. Chapter 6. Chapter 6, Torque review number 1. I did all the work for you guys again. You're welcome. No thank you necessary. Find the degree of each monomial. In order for you to find the degrees, you need to add up all the degrees in the same monomial. So the degree for this one is going to be a 7. The degree for this one is going to be a 9 plus a 7 plus a 1. So that's going to be 17. Numbers, constants, they have degrees of 0. They don't have degrees. They have exponents, but they don't have degrees. And this is not a monomial because it has a negative exponent. Simple. Simple, pop it, squeak. You gotta find the degree of each polynomial, but you gotta find the degree of each monomial sort of thing. This degree right here is 5, and this degree right here is 12. The highest degree is going to be the 12. So that identifies the entire polynomial. This one is going to be 19 because 18 plus a 1 right here. This is not a polynomial because that's a negative exponent. This one is a binomial, and it's a linear binomial because it has a 1 degree. I got to classify each polynomial. Okay, if we go in order of the list, 0 degrees is constant, 1 degrees is linear, 2 degrees is, I forgot, quadratic, 3 degrees is cubic, 4 degrees is quartic, 4 quarters in a dollar, 4 quarts in a gallon, 5 degrees is quintic. Quintic, because when you have 5 kids at the same time, it's called quintuplets. Why do my fingers look like Among Us thing? Among Us. Anyways, sorry. And then we have monomial, binomial, trinomial, and a quanomial. Psych. There's no such thing as a quanomial. It's called a polynomial. God, my fingers look like Among Us. Okay. Anyways, this degree right here is going to be to the 6th power because this one is a 5 and a 1. This is the highest degree. This is the highest monomial. So that'll be a 6th degree. It's 2 terms, binomial. This one has 3 terms. Highest degree is a 3, so it's cubic. 3 terms would be a trinomial. 2 terms is a binomial, and it's going to be linear because it's to the 1 degree. Another trinomial, and it's going to be a quadratic trinomial. This one's going to be a trinomial. Oops, not quadratic. It's 4 quarters in a dollar trinomial. And this one's going to be 4 quarters in a monomial. It's 1 term. Nope. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. All right, simplify. Bruh. This is literally like 6.1 all over again. This is legit. And watch, I just froze it, and it's not going to freeze. You're going to hear me get pissed off for no reason. I got to finish this video. I'm over here wasting time. It's not freezing. Oh my God, bro. This stupid thing. Oh, there it is. Okay. 9 to the 5th power divided by 9 to the 7. You got to subtract the exponents. And this has to go downstairs. And of course, it's just gonna start lagging out of nowhere. And then 1 over 9 to the 2nd power is going to be 81. These 2 exponents, you got to multiply them. Oh my gosh. No, of course. Of course, it would just like not work. Okay. It's just going to do its own thing. Yeah, I guess. Why don't you? You got to do negative 2 times negative 3 is going to give you negative. I'm sorry. Negative 2 times negative 3 is going to give you positive 6. So now we have to do 3 times 3, which is 9. 9 times 3, which is 27. 27 times 3, which is 81. 81 times 3, which is 243. 243 times 3 is going to give you 729. This exponent 3 is going to go to the negative 6. And it's going to go to the 7. So I got to do negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6, which is going to give you negative 216. And then 7 times 7 times 7 will give you 343. Same bases, they're multiplying. You got to add the exponents. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, times 2 is 64, times 2 is 128, times 2 is 256. That was 8 Among Us fingers, because these things look terrible. You need to add the exponents again for this one. God, what? Bruh. Hold up. You know what I need? More light. More light always fixes everything. That's got to go downstairs. And then I got to do 2 times 2 times 2, which is 1 over 8. Yeah, of course, just randomly just freezing out of nowhere. This exponent 2 is going to go to the top. This exponent 2 is going to go to the bottom. Rizik and I say that this exponent is going to have to go downstairs because it's a negative exponent. This one's going to have to go upstairs because it's a negative exponent. 2 to the second power is going to give you 4. 3 times 3 is 9. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Well, I got 9x minus 9 to the second power, which is like the same thing as saying 9x minus 9. Oh my god, please freeze. Thank you. 9x minus 9 times 9x minus 9. Which I got a aluminum foil. I got to foil that, which is going to be 9x times 9x, which is 81. X times x is going to give you x squared. 9x times negative 9 is going to give you negative 81x. And then negative 9 times 9x is going to give you negative 81x again. Negative 9 times negative 9 is going to give you positive 81. So your answer should be 81x squared. These two, if you add them up or if you combine those like terms, you should get negative 162x and then plus 81. Foil, aluminum foil. You can foil this if you guys really felt like, getting the right answer. I'll do it, but remember the rule that you can add these two to give you the middle term, and then you can multiply those two to give you the last term, and then x times x is just going to give you x squared, which is like saying 1x squared. But even then, I'll just do it with you guys. I'll foil it too, just so you guys can double check. X times x is going to give you 1x squared. Pop it, squee. X times 3 will give you 3x. 2x, 2 times x will give you 2x. 2 times 3 will give you 6. That's going to give you x squared plus 5x plus 6. And the leading coefficient is going to be a 1, which is what you're missing right there. More foiling. Great. Pop it, squeak, pop it, squeak, pop it, squeak. Simple, pop it, squeak, pop it, squeak, pop it, squeak. Simple, 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 simple. All right. 5a times 5a is going to give you 25a to the 2 power. 5a times negative 10b will give you negative 50 alphabet order a, b. 10b times 5a will give you positive 50 a, b alphabetic order. And then, of course, it's just going to start freezing again. 10 times negative 10b will give you, 10b times negative 10b will give you negative 100 b to the second power. Negative b, 50ab plus 50ab will cancel out. They have the same exact bases and same exact exponent stuff. So your answer should be 25, a to the second. Oh no, wait, sorry, you gotta type it in. A with a little sign, shift 6, 2, and then minus 100, b, the little sign, 2. Question 8. All right, this one is a little difficult. If you pay attention the first time, it shouldn't be that bad. If you just watch where my arrow is going to, where my mouse is going, it should help you out a little bit. If it would freeze any day now. I feel like I'm here all day. Oh, there it is. Okay. 2 radical 5 plus 7 to the second power would be 2 radical 5 plus 7 times 2 radical 5 plus 7. I gotta foil this now, aluminum foil. 2 radical 5 times 2 radical 5. If you guys just do 2 times 2, that's going to give you 4. If you do radical 5 times radical 5, you're going to get radical 25. That's how you did the first two right there. Now you got to do 2 radical 5 times 7, which will give you 2 times 7 is 14. All you're left with is just a radical 5. You're literally just doing this. 2 times 7 is 14, and then you're just left with this part right here. Now I got to do 7 times 2 radical 5, which I just did. Again, 7 times 2 is just going to give you 14. And then you're left with radical 5. And then 7 times 7 is going to give you 49. These two right here, you guys can always combine them. Whenever you guys realize if you're folding or not, you can combine those two. 14 plus 14 is going to give you 28. When you're adding radicals, you can add these two because they have the same exact radicals. So because the radicals are square root of 5, you're going to leave it as square root of 5. It stays like that. It stays like that. You just add the two whole numbers that are next to it. If you guys pay attention to this part right here, it says right here that the first term is 2 times the square root of 5. These two are actually multiplying. Same thing goes for these two. What is the square root of 5? The square root of 5 is 5. They're actually multiplying. That's how you get the 20 part right there. The last thing you got to do, and of course it freezes again. I have to use my mouse. You're going to get 49. You can add these two. 49 plus 20 is 69 plus 28, and then radical 5. That's your answer right there. All right, number 9. This thing has its moments, man. This board could be super awesome. It could be stupid sometimes, man. I gotta get me like an iPad. You guys should all really get me an iPad. About to fall asleep waiting for this thing to freeze. Oh, there it is. All right. Remember, guys, this is a radical 100x cubed divided by 4x. So there's a little tiny 2 in here. Okay, and the index is a 2 there. So I can kind of start with this. Let me start simplifying the stuff on the inside. I can do 100 divided by 4. 100 divided by 4 is 25. And then x cubed divided by x to the 1 power is going to give you x to the 2nd power. I can do the square root of 25. The square root of 25 is 5. And radical, dude. Radicals make fraction exponents. 2 divided by 2 is going to give you x. X to the 1, which is just saying x. Whoa, what the heck is this, mama? Oh, dang. What kind of twerk is this? This looks like Jaime playing Valorant. Trash. Just straight trash. Look, I'm trying here, guys. I really am. But it ain't freezing. About to leave y'all in the dust and just answer my messages. Alright. It's going to be this minus all this. So I got a FOIL. 6n times 3n is going to give you 18n squared. 6n times negative 2 is going to give you negative 12n. 1 times 3n is going to give you 3n. 1 times negative 2 is going to give you negative 2. If I simplify this, I will get this. These two can combine. Let me start folding this part right over here now. 4 times 3n will give you 12n squared. 4n times 1 is going to give you 4n. Negative 5 times 3n is going to give you negative 15n. Negative 5 times 1 is going to give you negative 5. If you simplify this, you should get this. It's going to be this whole thing minus this whole thing. So I'm going to do the distributive property right here, which will make it become, let me just rewrite it. And then it'll be a minus 12n squared. Negative times a negative 11 will give you a positive 11n. And then a negative times a negative 5 will give you positive 5. 18n squared minus 12n squared will give you 6n squared. Negative 9n plus 11n will give you 2n. Negative 2 plus 5 will give you positive 3. And you got your whole answer now. Find the difference. This one should have gone first. This one's easier than the other one. You're going to distribute this negative sign into here, here, and here. Hey, my people be texting me, bruh. That's going to give you negative 4 plus 3y plus y squared. I can just combine like terms now. This one and this one are going to combine. Negative 4y squared plus 1y squared will give you negative 3y squared. 1y plus 3y will give you 4y. And then 5 minus 4 will give you 1. More foiling. The work is here. Look in the work, okay? It's more foiling. Tired of doing all these foiling questions. More foiling. Have fun. Classify the polynomial by degree or number of terms. Highest degree for this one is a 1. This one's a 3, so it's going to be 3 stands for cubic. That's the degrees. And it's a binomial because it's 2 terms. Identify the degree. This one's going to be the highest because this is a 6, a 2, and a 1. So that's 6 plus 2 plus 1 is 9. 9th degree. This is only a 3, 4 degree, so no. The highest one is going to be a 9. Identify the leading coefficient. Well, if it's in standard form, the leading coefficient will be the one with the highest degree. This one's in standard form, so the leading coefficient will be a 4. The number that's multiplying times the variable. This is so stupid. This one's dumb. This one is like doing 1 to the 0 power over 3 to the 0 power, which is 1 over 1, which is just 1. Well, this is upstairs right now, so it has to go downstairs, so it is true. It is true, and then once it goes downstairs, it can change to a positive exponent. All right, this one just involves a little tiny bit of work. The one will have an exponent of a negative 3 over 2. Oh my god, this is the longest day of this thing not freezing. I literally fully charged it. It should be like at its full capacity right now, but it's not. Of course it's not. All right, 1 with a negative 3 over 2 exponent. This one should have an exponent of negative 3 over 2. And because they have negative exponents, I gotta flip them. And because they have fractions of exponents, they're gonna make radicals. I can do the square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2. And then I'm left with the third power. The square root of 1 is 1. What's left over is the third power. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. Your answer is 8 over 1, which is just 8. All right. It's been a little bit since we've done these. It's been a little minute. Of course it freezes this stupid thing. Okay. This 2 is going here. 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 That means that let me just put the negative on the outside. That means that the 5 is going to have an exponent of 2. A is going to have an exponent of, these two are multiplying, so it'd be 4. B will have an exponent of 2. C will have an exponent of 2. Times, that means all of these are going to have exponents now. So it'd be 5 to the negative 3, A to the negative 3, B to the negative 3, C to the negative 3. I can apply that same basis rules. These two have the same basis, so I can add the exponents. That'll be 5 to the negative 1 power. A to the 4 times A to the negative 3 will give you A to the 1. B to the 2 times B to the negative 3 will give you B to the negative 1. C to the 2 times C to the negative 3 will give you C to the negative 1. Everything with the negative exponents is going to have to go downstairs. The 5 to the 1 is going to have to go downstairs. The B to the 1 is going to have to go downstairs. The C to the 1 is going to have to go downstairs. So if I just grab my eraser and I fix it, and because they move, my final answer would be negative A slash 5 times B times C. They're the same bases and they're multiplying. So you just got to add the exponents. 3a plus 3a is going to give you 6a. And then 2 plus negative 4 is going to give you negative 2. The bases stay the same. They're the same bases. Okay, this is a little tricky. If you guys remember, this was your extra credit on the quiz. Now, just to save a little bit of time, I'm just going to do some little process of elimination because I just already did this question. But if you guys remember, if they have the same bases, a lot of people look at this one and be like, oh, look, they have the same bases. I just got to subtract the exponents. Well, look, if I subtract the exponents, x minus 2 minus y plus 4 will give you equals 2. Have you guys ever learned how to solve for two variables at the same exact time? Because I haven't taught that in my class. So that bottom one is honestly completely useless right now. I'm going to have to work with this one. So let me start simplifying the top one. This y is going to go here and it's going to go here. That means the 2 is going to have an exponent of a y. The b is going to have an exponent of 4 times y. And then the bottom stays the same. I keep on telling you guys have to kind of make it like a lowest common base sort of thing. So the lowest common base that they have that I can leave, I'm going to leave this 2. It's this 8 that I have to turn into a 2. How do you make, oh, what the, yo. How do you make that 8 a 2? 2 to the 1 power is 2, so that's not going to work. 2 to the 2 power is 4, that's not going to work. 2 to the 3 power, it's 8. If I stay in line with these 2's, I can make a system of equations right here. They have the same basis, so I can subtract the exponents. They have the same basis, so I can subtract y minus 3 equals, what is the exponent of this one? Because I've just done the rule with the exponents. It'll equal, 2 has an exponent of a 1. If I could do the same exact rule with the b's now, the b's have an exponent, they have the same basis, so I can just do 4y minus x equals, the exponent goes with the 4. I can just do plus 3, y equals 4, and I can just plug it in from here. What are you calling me? This is going to give me 16 minus 16 minus 16. You get negative x equals negative 12. You get 12, comma, 4. Oh my god, more of these. I think this is the last one. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. This has a negative exponent. It's got to go downstairs. Times 16x to the third times, these are going to have to multiply. These are the rules where you got to multiply. So let me, this is going to have to go downstairs because it's a negative exponent. And then I could do the radical. The cube root of 8 is 2 times 2 times 2 is 2. And then I'm left with 2 to the second power, which is 1 over 4. I can multiply everything on top now. 1 times 16x cubed times 1 is going to give me 16x cubed. X squared times 4 is going to give me 4x squared. 16 divided by 4 is 4. X cubed divided by x squared is going to give you x. And then on to the next one. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're done after this one. Oh my god. Oh my mama, bruh. Oh my mama. Alright. This is going here, and this is going here. 4 to the 2 power is going to give you 16. And x to the third times x to the third to the 2 power, raising to the 2 power will give you x to the 6. You got to multiply those exponents. Then you got to, let me make my life simpler. Let me make life simple. Simple, dimple, pop it, squee. Let me simplify this. You almost had me there, Rizik. You almost had me there, brother. For a split second, I thought you had me. I simplified 4 over 16 into 1/4. I'm not stupid. This is going here, and it's going here. So now I'm going to be left with 1x to the 6. This is going here and to here. That'll be 4 to the second power, and then x to the 20th. Then I'm left with x to the 6. Oh, no, wait. X to the 6 divided by x to the 20th will give you x to the negative 14. Oh, this is going to go downstairs. It's a negative exponent. Jesus. Oh, I forgot to put the 2 right here. Sorry. I forgot to put the 2 right here. So that'd be 1 over 4 to the second power is going to be 16 next to the 14th. I'm a mama, bruh. We done.